Hey, this is Clive. I'd like to welcome you to the first Acceleren Kinetics video log. It's about 1 a.m. It's a Wednesday night, and I'm here at Crashspace, a Los Angeles-based hackerspace for, hackers. A hackerspace movement kind of started off on the East Coast and as a spot for, tech-savvy dudes to hang out and make shit happen. And here I am. I just became a member to this site because they allowed me so graciously to do the kickoff presentation for Acceleren here. And now I am here late at night on the grind getting work done. I'm putting the site together. Acceleren Kinetics is going to be a nanosatellite launch company aiming toward the goal of eventually doing heavy lift launch vehicles using minimum cost design. That's a long way away. Heavy lift is something that you get into after you've been doing this for 10 or 12 or 13 or 20 years even. They didn't go directly from the Atlas to the Saturn V. But in our case, we're going to start small. I'm currently building a 3-inch diameter hybrid rocket that's going to be launched sometime next month in May. It's going to be called Acceleren Zero because it's not going to be completely Acceleren design. It's going to be an integration between an Acceleren motor and a commercially available airframe from Public Missiles. And we're going to be putting it together here at Crashspace until we get an Acceleren Kinetics facility put together and up and running. Right now I'm doing the actual manufacturing and machining at the Venice Beach Public High School adult education class, which they have a full machine shop, and I'll be giving you a video tour of that later. And if you guys are into fabrication, you might want to watch out for that. It's an incredible shop, incredible facility they got going on there. But before we get to that, let's take a look at what Crashspace is up to, see what we're doing. I'll give some interviews with some Crashspace personalities later on with more video logs as we get more of these going on. So let's check out the place. They got all sorts of doodads hanging out on the walls. This thing's a little genetic algorithm thing or some kind of like game of life, I think, Conway's type game of life. If we go back here, probably the most interesting thing you're going to see is a MakerBot that they're putting together. A MakerBot is a rapid prototyping device that is open source, and rapid prototyping, of course, is kind of applying the same kind of mentality that you have from printers and extending it to the real three-dimensional world. This works by a layup of a certain kind of polymer, so it moves that little table right there, if you can see that, on stepper motors. Moves that table back and forth and prints out polymer onto it, or resin or whatever, I'm not entirely sure. The interesting thing about the MakerBot right now is it can actually self-reproduce a significant fraction of its parts. Now, I'm pretty sure it's not going to do anything like stepper motors or put out its, what looks like the actual lead screws and belts and whatnot, but I'm pretty sure all the actual table mechanism things can be actually printed out by the device itself. Here we got, power supplies, bench equipment, soldering irons, all sorts of switches, clicks, levers, whatever. Bucket of batteries as usual, bunch of Macs. Basic hacker kit kind of stuff. In the back room over here, got a little bit more space, got an old tape library and a bunch more Macs and whatnot. Hopefully Acceleren Zero is going to be come together somewhere in Shop 1 over the next couple of weeks. I'm going to be ordering the airframe from Public Missiles sometime this week, and I'm currently working on the nozzle at the machine shop. The rest of the thing we're going to be doing is we're going to be building nozzles. We're going to be integrating all the different parts of the rocket. We need to actually assemble the rocket itself. We need to assemble the oxidizer tank, run the oxidizer tank through tests, and then we need to actually integrate the entire device and put it together. I'm making some modifications to the Public Missiles design. I'm going to be duplicating their fins in aluminum and welding them onto my tube, or at least bolting them, because the bottom of my rocket is going to be an aluminum tube to handle the heat of the actual hybrid engine that I have going on down there. It's going to be a 3-inch diameter aluminized paraffin hybrid rocket catalyzed by nitrous oxide. The engine nozzle itself is going to be mild steel with some kind of home-built ablative liner that I'm working on right now. The guys on the A-Rocket list say that the best bet is to make it out of graphite, and I would prefer to make it out of graphite. However, I do not want to cut graphite at my machine shop because it's not my shop, and cutting graphite is like, well, you broken a pencil lead or ground it up before. You don't want graphite powder over your buddies, do you? I don't want to do that. So I'm going to try and make my own ablative liner, and so I'll do some tests of that and put that on the vlog too. It'll be instructive. I don't really anticipate that much success, but if it can keep it alive and keep my engine bell running for about 20 seconds, I think we're good. I don't know what altitude we're going to go for. I'm going to calculate the ISP and all that math later. We're going to figure out exactly what it's going to target for. But the goal is to launch Acceleren 0 sometime in May. 3-inch diameter hybrid rocket. You're going to see it come together on this YouTube channel. See you until next time. Bye.